Hi everyone, Josh here. I hope you're all doing well. So in this video, I want to show you what I've got here, but let me give you a bit of a pre-frame on this first, right? So a few days ago, I made an announcement in my community that something had come across my desk that was quite exciting, and that was that someone in my network had managed to do what had been impossible up to that point and get ungated for DVDs. Now you may remember that I wrote a book not too long back on the topic of getting ungated for DVDs, but it always felt a little bit empty or not incomplete because we hadn't been able to get ungated for DVDs successfully up until this point. So after this revelation, I partnered up with the person who made the discovery to bring an ungating service to my clients and the wider market. And the purpose of that service is for us to get you ungated for DVDs. We won't be sharing the source and how that works in terms of the people being able to do it for themselves. I have my reasons for that. Main one being I want to keep trade secrets, which I think you'll agree is probably the best thing to do in order to maintain the competitive advantage. But the point here is that we launched the service and I had some really good questions come through, and I'm pleased the questions came through because it helps me to understand what you guys need to know and what have you. So what I've done is what I'm doing is putting this video together to answer those questions. And one of the main questions that came through is, okay, I can pay you to get ungated on my behalf, but is it worth it? Is it worth doing it in terms of the cost? Because the cost, it isn't a small cost. Like there is a fee involved that's reasonably substantial. Arbitrage Insiders members get that at a discount, and see the members area for details on that. But you need to know that what you're going to be investing in is going to be worthwhile. So I decided that I would answer that question the best way that I know how, and that was to go on a sourcing trip, which you can see here. This is the result of the sourcing trip. I went and did this. This is just fresh from today. I went into my local town, Ipswich, and I spent about 3 hours sourcing this little stack that you see here. I don't know what I spent yet because I haven't added it up, but I wanted to just show you here, and these are all the receipts from today's sourcing session, so I will make those available to anybody who wants to see them for proof of what I paid and what have you. But these were all sourced from one retail shop and the rest charity shops, because people were concerned that they would be spending the money to invest in getting ungated and weren't sure how long it would take them to repay that. So I would hazard a guess that with this lot, again, I haven't added it up, but there's some good stuff here. I would hazard a guess that you would be able to, if you've been on a similar sourcing trip to me, you'd be able to at least cover half of the cost, if not all of the cost, in one fell swoop. So that's what I want to have a look at today. So I'm now going to go, I've got my listing software ready on my laptop here. So I'm now going to go through and list these. I'm going to put in the cost prices and work out what the profit's going to be. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you that. Plus there's a couple of other good questions that I want to cover before the end of this video. So I'll see you in just a few moments. Okay guys, so I have finished listing everything on Amazon, and there were a few that I bought that weren't any good. This little stack here, long story short, I went to a charity shop and I had a look at what was on the shelf, and I could see through the door into the back room they had a whole shelf more DVDs, and I said, can I take a look there, are they for sale? And they said yes, and the lady came with me and was hovering over my shoulder the entire time. So I bought blind. They were 4 for £2, so 50p each. So I bought entirely blind. I bought like 25, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 DVDs out of the 25 that I bought blind without scanning them would not yield anything on Amazon, so they're going to go to Music Magpie. So I spent like £4.50 there. So £4.50's got to come off the numbers, off of the cost, off of the profit. Sorry, because that's money I didn't spend wisely. But what I got that was good made up for that by miles, as you will soon see. So we're going to move over to my computer now, and I'm going to show you everything that I bought and how much I paid for it and what it's worth. Okay guys, so over on my computer now, and let me start off by showing you the numbers.
excuse me. So total buy cost was 137 and 21 pence. So not too shabby. For a net profit, this is after all things said and done, fees taken out, what have you. This software is Accelerlist, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know. It's what I use to create my shipping plans, because it's so much quicker than Amazon's workflow, because you scan it, price it, and print a label, and you can put the item straight in the box. I love it for that. It's so much easier. Anyway, just because I know that's going to be a question that comes up. People will be like, what's this screen? I don't recognize it. So my net profit is obviously based on the price that I have priced my products up at. In 99% of cases, the price matches the cheapest available price, matching the same condition. So I have some new DVDs here, I have some pre-owned DVDs, some used condition DVDs, and there is a combination of everything here. So net profit of £333.78. So not a bad return on a spend of £137. I think you'll agree. So for some people, that would cover the cost of getting on Gates in the first place. But let me just walk you through what I bought, and I'll try and point out some things, because over the years, some of you guys already know, you've heard me talk about it before, but I'm very much looking for patterns all the time. I want to spot the patterns. I want to try and figure out what the patterns are, because if I can spot the patterns, then that will help me to make better informed buying decisions later on down the line. So what I've always tried to do is to buy the DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff like that that fit this pattern criteria. And what I've noticed is that most of the sort of mainstream stuff that's like relevant today is there's very little profit in it, unless you happen to manage to get it cheap somewhere, which does happen every once in a while. But for the most part, I tend to buy stuff that's old movies, old TV shows remastered to DVD and Blu-ray, anything like that. Not like, again, don't take what I'm going to say here as like a one size fits all, because there are variables to it, and not every DVD every movie or TV show that's been remastered to DVD and Blu-ray is worth money, because it's not the case. But there are a greater proportion of them that are, versus the mainstream Hollywood blockbuster stuff that's happening right now. So, like, let's take a look through and see what we've got. So, double packs. I look for DVDs that are and Blu-rays that are in double packs, box sets and stuff like that. So there's 2 films in one here. This Jude, it's not a particularly mainstream movie. Platoon, that's a big one. To be fair, I had to. It was when I was getting 4 for £2, and I had to find another one to make up the £2. So not a spectacular one there at £3.99. It's like 40 pence profit, but still, might as well go. This one here was a 50p one, £12.97. This is a 3D Blu-ray. I like the 3D Blu-rays because they tend to have the DVD in as well, and the 2D version of the Blu-ray, so they tend to fetch a little bit more money. Like, this is obviously mainstream Hollywood blockbuster, but it's not like a big one. It's not a big movie today. It's 1978, isn't it? So sales rank's still really good, 1,400 sales rank in the DVD category. I paid 30 pence for that in a charity shop, £5.96. Philadelphia, paid £1 for that, £6.53. So a lot of these are what I would call drip feed. So the lower price ones, when I'm in a charity shop, if I can spend like 25p, 30p, 50p or something like that, and triple, quadruple my money with software like Accelerist, it makes it worthwhile doing, because whilst I'm only making like £1, £1.50, £2, £3 on some, I'm spending a very small amount, so my ROI is very high. And if I have, which I often do, hundreds if not thousands of these in my inventory every month, then the turnover is quite significant in terms of revenue, but also in terms of the profits that come back through. And this is just money multiplying in this respect. So let's have a look. There were some particularly nice examples. So probably 60 to 70% of what I bought today was sourced from charity shops. It took me about 3 hours to do it, and all this stuff I listed the charity shop stuff last, so that's what we're going to be looking at here. This one was 50 pence, selling for 10.99. 11.99 there. That was 50 pence. Another one here, 50 pence. 13.99. 19.97 here. 50 pence cost. That's a used one as well, so not too bad at all. This one's a really high sales rank, but at 50 pence, £19.97. It has sold and it will sell again in the future, and there was very few other offers. What else do we have? There was a really good one I picked up. Lost Season 5, cost me £2, that's 16 or £15.97. 33 pence on that one, selling for £12.93. Used condition. Here we go. Yeah, Love for Lydia, complete. It's at 19.77, so this is like my bread and butter stuff that I'm looking for when I'm outsourcing. £2 cost, 39.97 is what I've got it up for. Used, good condition. This one here also. I'm curious to see what happens with this one, because I cross-checked it on eBay, and it's not going for all that much money on eBay. Which, if I'm ever sort of not sure whether something is going to be worthwhile buying, then I would, or if it's actually going to sell for what Amazon shows the cheapest price at. Obviously, it doesn't show us whether or not it's selling. It shows on the seller app. It just shows us how much the price is. So I cross-referenced this with eBay, and the cheapest used price was like £50 or £60. So I've listed it for £29.97 because I don't think that I'm going to get much more than that, if that at all. But anyway, I paid £5 for that, so £29.97. The sales rank's good, so I'm happy to give that a try. Nice one here. Paid £4 for this. Brand new seal, Borgias, seasons 1 to 3, £19.97 for that. £19.97, and this cost me £5.99. Right, we're getting to the HMV stuff now. So HMV at the moment have a big sale on, and there is some good stuff there. I was in there for like 10 minutes scanning a few bits and quickly dove out. I only had 3 hours on the car park, so I had to get around really quick. But this one here from HMV, $3.99, selling $19.97. It's got a sales rank of 0 because it's one of those where Amazon's hiding the sales rank for some reason. This was scanning at a different price in the shops. It's since come down, but $10.99 still. I'll take it. $24.99, selling for $69.97. $14.99, selling for $39.97. The Hobbit and the Middle-earth collection, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, one of my personal favourites. 5,300 sales rank, $29.97, paid half that, $14.99. The Awful Truth, got a couple of those. They're £1.49 each, selling for £10.21. Lilyhammer Season 3, £4.99, paid $14.99 on Amazon. And Daniel Craig box set, the James Bond movies, 9,600 sales rank. Those are selling for $21.99 each. Got a couple of those at $10.99 a piece. So a decent little haul, and this all adds up. There's a total of 56 here. Like I said, it took me less than 3 hours to source this lot. I spent £137.21 with a total potential net profit of £338.78. A variety of different sales ranks. Some of these are slower sellers than others. Others are faster. But what I like about doing it this way, like, I know not all of you necessarily have the time or the desire to go looking at charity shops, but I know that on the other hand, there are those of you that will and do want to do that. And I think it's, if you're just getting started or you're a little bit low on cash or your cash flow is restricted, then doing some pre-owned arbitrage in charity shops and stuff like that is extremely worth your while. As you've seen, like, this didn't take me long, and I'll stand to turn £137 into 460 odd, 470 odd pound once all this is sold. And I would anticipate quite a few bits of these to actually sell as soon as they land, which is usually the way, as I'm sure you guys already know. So a couple of things I want to address whilst we're here. I'm sorry this video might go for a little while, but I just want to address some of the concerns that I think you guys might have, like, whoa, hold on a minute, what about this, what about that? So the first thing that stands out probably is that I'm buying these from pre-owned sources and I'm selling them in new condition. Now, this is not something I would advise you do or don't do either way. It's entirely up to you. I've been doing this since 2013 now, and I've always sourced DVDs and video games and stuff like that and toys from pre-owned sources and sold them new on Amazon. I might be playing with fire here, who knows? But so far, with many, many, many thousands of sales under my belt, I've not had a problem. I'm very vigilant with what I buy, and I'm checking. There's no reason whatsoever when I'm looking at them and I'm sending them in that somebody could claim that this was not an original product. It's not an authentic product. So I leave that entirely to you. That's up to you how you play it. That's how I play it. Could be playing with fire, could be dangerous. I don't know. But so far so good, and I've been doing it quite some time now without any issue. And you might decide you just want to stick to used, or you want to describe these as like new. It's up to you, but of course that's going to affect the return that you're going to get. So I price new to maximize my return because my experience has been so far that it's been quite safe. But like I said, please do whatever you feel comfortable doing. Don't necessarily replicate me blindly. Just know that there is a risk that that a customer could make an authenticity claim for whatever reason, and you would not be able to provide an invoice. However, I have been in a situation before with a non-charity shop or car boot sale or pre-owned source product being claimed as inauthentic, and I wasn't able to supply an invoice, and nothing really came of it. It dropped off, as long as you don't get too many in any one time. Anyway, I'm not telling you to, not advising that you put your account at risk for that, but I just wanted to illustrate this with what's possible sourcing DVDs in this manner. So that's obviously, this is retail arbitrage and pre-owned arbitrage sort of mixed in. And what about online arbitrage? Well, I just wanted to pull up an example for this video, so quickly jumped on, had a little poke about on a couple of my sources. One source that I use has gone. I used to buy from a site, zoom.co.uk, but it's now shut down, or it's no longer existing. At least their website points to some holding page, so I don't know what's happened to Zoom. Sorry to see them go, because I got a lot of good stuff from them. But you might recognise this from the Excel list. I bought this from HMV physically in store, but they also have it on their website. They've got on their website for 50% off, so that makes it $14.99 as well. And at the moment selling for $29.97, yielding us a net profit of £5.93. So 39% ROI, just shy of 40%, and Buybot Pro rate it very good on that basis. So not too bad in that respect. So this can absolutely be done online as well, for those of you that primarily or exclusively do online arbitrage. So the purpose of this video, this exercise here, was to show you, to answer the question, is it worth it? How quickly can I get my money back? It's a substantial investment, so how quick is that going to come back to me? Hopefully this video and what I've done used in this example shows you exactly how that works. Obviously this isn't my one-off experience here, but I thought this morning, I'm going to go do that and see how it goes, and I'm pleased with how it went. And I'm actually going to head into another my local town. Ipswich is about 10-15 miles from me. My local town, Stowmarket, where I live, there is another few shops that I want to visit. One is called the Trade-In, and they have a whole bunch of new DVDs for a very, very good price, and I often buy stuff from there as well. Now, you won't necessarily have a trade-in in your town, but you might have something similar where you can go and buy these DVDs and stuff like that, and make some very reasonable money. Now, what I like about DVDs, and now I'm going to start moving into CDs because I'm getting engaged for CDs as we speak, is that there's a very, very small pool of competitors by comparison to everything else. Like every man and his dog selling toys, household goods, sporting goods, beauty products, and what have you, and that still is lucrative and profitable, right? So imagine what you might be able to do in the DVD category and the CD category. So hopefully that has helped in that respect. One of the other questions that I had, that was a good question that I hadn't answered in my on the website, was or two questions that are closely related. First being, with the fact that we are doing the ungating process for you, there was a concern surrounding the invoice. But what if what if Amazon asked me for proof of authenticity for the products that you bought in order to get ungated? Well, that won't be a problem, because as part of the way the service is structured, we won't be passing the product on that we purchase in order to get you ungated. We purely deliver the result of you getting ungated. All that's built into the cost. Otherwise, that we won't be sort of sending you any product on. So that won't be a problem for you. All you need to worry about is what you buy from that point on. But so hopefully that helps to answer that question. I don't think there was really anything else that I haven't answered directly. If there is any other questions, please do let me know. But hopefully you found this video useful, intuitive, and perhaps you'll be able to now, and for those of you that have already paid your fee and got us to get the wheels in motion for you to get ungated, this will give you some inspiration of what sorts of things you can start looking for now. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching. Sorry this went on a little while longer than usual, but hopefully you found it useful in one way, shape, or form. All right, I'll catch you again soon. Thanks, guys. Bye now.